Because you left Jamaica the day you were released from hospital
Yes.
with one bag, the
Yes.
same bag you had on
One
your shoulder when
handbag.
you got shot, right?
Yes.
Tell me, getting to the airport, getting on that plane, landing in foreign, what is on your mind at that point about where you're headed?
I can tell you this. When I was leaving Jamaica, you know, I was discharged at about 2:30. I remember the nurses came in and they were like, you know, you're free to go. You know, we've done everything we were able to do. You're fine. The baby's stable. It's time to go. And I remember my family saying, you know, you're not staying here. And I totally agreed, you know, and I got shot the Wednesday. April 4, the 6th, I was scheduled to come overseas anyway to, you know, do whatever shopping I had to do, you know, preparing for my unborn child. So that ticket was still available. And I said, you know, let us go straight to the counter. We'll change it there, whatever money it is that we have to pay to change it. I'm leaving. And it was painful for me because one, my grandmother was on her way to the hospital at the time to come and visit me. So she had no idea that I was leaving. And I couldn't tell her because I knew what that would do to her. So I literally left like a thief in the night. So she, just thinking about her was one thing. And then I drove to the airport with the police, my stepmom, who has always been instrumental in my life, and my sister. Now, for people who truly know me, my sister is literally my life, my youngest sister. She's like my daughter. Everybody in Jamaica thinks she's my daughter. And, you know, she was also there with me when I was leaving. And those two persons at that time, it was so heartbreaking to even think about leaving them. Like even my grandmother, when I thought about her, I was on the plane and I thought about her and I was like, I don't know a life without my grandmother. Like I cannot live without my grandmother unless I have to accept that she's dead. It's just always been both of us. And I just didn't know how to live with her. So without her, I was on the plane. I was thinking about my sister, thinking about my grandmother, thinking about how the hell am I going to make a new life in this place? Even though I know I had family, I mean, everything I knew, everything I loved was in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Well, and I had to just walk from all of that.
There's somebody else who wanted to be here for you tonight. Her name is Ann Jeffrey. Do you know her? You know that girl?
That's my sister.
Okay, somebody has to talk.
I wouldn't cry.
I knew this was going to happen.
It's okay. Yes. It's okay. It's okay because this is what love looks like. She told me, Jody, that it's like God put a circle of your friends around you when what happened, and they've helped you move forward. So much so, she told us, Anne, that you were so instrumental in her healing that you told you to go and do your psychology degree.
Yes.
And you are now doing your psychology
degree. I'm doing my psychology degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, was inspired not only to help Jody, but to help others. The journey, it has been a tremendous journey. And we're not here crying because we are sad. We're here crying because it's another day. And we're here giving thanks because we know where we're coming from. We saw those days when she was helpless and she felt hopeless. And we took one day at a time, and we're here. And I love you. One day at a time. That's all we took. And there were days when she was not even sure about the day. And I said, come on, Mama, one step at a time.
And when you look at her now?
I envision this because I saw the strength that she has, and she just needed encouragement, and she just needed somebody to be non-judgmental and just be there for her, just to hold her hand and say, no, this is not it. This is not the end. Rise up. And on a daily basis, I would say to her, rise up, rise up. This too shall pass. Just hold on.
She did
Hold on.
come in for a lot of judgment.
A lot of judgment.
But you did talk her through that.
I had to,
Yeah.
because the judgment was not coming from afar. It was coming from very close persons that she thought would have been there for her, and that was not so.
So, Jody Ann, what do you want to say to Anne and the others who were there for you?
And let me tell you, when it comes down to Anne, you know, I had a hard time with the pregnancy even before the event itself. It was very heartbreaking for me. And then Anne was there for me. When the incident happened, Anne was there for me. And when it happened, I told Anne, I said, Anne, there's no way I can make it through this. Like, it's not possible. I cannot do it. And Anne said, yes, you are going to do it. I promise you, you're going to look, and you're going to look back and say, boy, you know, this is where you are. And I remember she always used to tell me, Jeremiah 29, verse 11. You understand? And let me tell you, she always said, let me tell you, God have a plan for you. And just remember, He's going to prosper you. He's going to give you hope, and He's going to give you a future. And I remember when she always used to tell me, no feeling is permanent. No matter if it's good, no matter if it's bad, it's not permanent. So you may be feeling this way now, but you're not going to feel like this forever.
How are you now? Where are you now in that journey? How do you feel? Do you have a lot more work to do? Tell us.
Well, I tell you this, I am much better than I was 8 years ago. That I can tell you. I remember in the first couple of years, you know, I would literally infiltrate every negative thing that people had to say. And I felt a need to always want to tell my side of the story, defend myself, you know, this is not true. And why, you know, why would you be so evil, that sort of thing. And now I don't care. I can't believe I've gotten to the point where I don't care. I am focused on the people who are there for me, who are supporting me, who, if I need something, I know I can easily go to them because they are my support group. Anything out of that, I can't, anything outside of that group, I don't control. And I've just been able to, you know, just be firm and just focus on exactly where it is that I want to be and what it is that I need to do. And it's a situation of, you know, sink or swim. And I was going to swim.
So you've gained more than you lost.
I've gained much more than I lost. I mean, I remember the years when I was unemployed for 3 years, and I felt like I was going to die because I don't know what it is like from I've been able to work, not to work. And it was hard for me. But, you know, one of the things that I realized is that I was focusing so much on material things and focusing on, you know, what it is that I think I should have, that I wasn't able to even see what I had. Like being able to raise my daughter for 3 years, you know, not having to work for those 3 years and just be there for her in 3 of the most important years of her life was a blessing. And it was after that I was able to see that.
So guys, raise your hand with me if you've ever been so close to the bottom that you didn't think you could ever in this lifetime get back to the top. Yeah, raise your hand if you've ever uttered the words, I can't do this, I'll never get through this is just too much. Raise your hand if something has rocked your world so badly that you were certain that this would be the thing that did you in. Well, where are you now? You're still here, right? And even if, as you are watching this, you are still at the very bottom, the good news is that there is nowhere for you to go now but up. Sometimes that may just mean being able to get through a day at a time until the fog starts to slowly lift and you can see beyond that. You'll have to fight through some bad days to earn the best days of your life. And although it may feel like more than we can bear sometimes, if we remain steadfast in faith, with the right circle of support, it can and often does get better. And it may take weeks, months, or in Jody's case, years, and my goodness, it is tiring. But as Jody said, the key takeaway is knowing that you are allowed to scream and you're allowed to cry. You just can't give up. And in time, hopefully, we can find the will to keep going and the strength to prove to ourselves that we have the tools to turn trial and tragedy into triumph. So tonight we affirm, I am equipped with the strength I need from the source I need to not only get through the darkest moments, but to survive and to thrive. Soul food for you for our show tonight.